The United Church in Walpole, one of the town's oldest facilities, is due for a 21st century makeover. Earlier this year, members of the congregation voted overwhelmingly in favor of an initial set of building renovations expected to cost over $3 million. More than a simple cosmetic update, the first phase of renovations is intended to modernize the structural components of the building while improving the space's functionality. United Church Reverend Anna Flowers explains more.
We are really excited about renovating this beautiful historic structure that has been in one way, shape, or form part of the center of Walpole since the beginning of Walpole. The structure that we're in right now has been added to and changed over the years, but when our recent roof renovation proved to us the bones of this structure are hundreds of years old. So we're excited to bring those bones into the future, and that means first and foremost, updating the mechanical systems of the church, all new green electric HVAC system, new plumbing, new electricity from the grid. We're really bringing this beautiful historic building into the 21st century and setting it up for another 100 years of ministry here in Walpole. But there are some features of, while we're doing those big systems, we've decided to sort of strategically reevaluate how we're using space. And so we're really excited to be renovating our children's ministry areas, which will also be Monday through Friday, a beautiful new daycare space. We're also going to have all new offices and chapel. And one of the features of the renovation that we're really excited about is a beautiful rooftop deck that'll have a green roof surround with some plants, even some small flowering trees that will be off of our fellowship hall, which we are excited to be sharing with the community. People we hope will come and use the rooftop deck and the fellowship hall and the commercial kitchen to have events and celebrations right here in the heart of Walpole.
According to Reverend Flowers, the United Church holds significant roots in Walpole, which date back to the town's founding in the 1700s.
So United Church in Walpole is the original parish of the town. When the town was founded in 1725, it was founded from folks who were coming from the Dedham parish to the Walpole area, and they decided we want to have our own community, our own church, and so they established United Church in Walpole. It wasn't called that, it was just called the Christian Church, but our historical ancestors are the historical ancestors of this town. In those days, because of the Puritan history of Massachusetts, the church and the state were sort of one and the same. And so the history of United Church in Walpole is really the history of Walpole. Over time, of course, church and state separated, but we celebrate our ancestors, which are really the ancestors of the town.
Flowers expects these updates to help the church maintain the active role it has played in the Walpole community.
So United Church in Walpole, we like to say that we are reaching out and changing lives with the good news of God's love. And we are an outward-focused community. We always have been. A lot of Walpole has benefited over the years from ministries that we have incubated and harbored here in the church. The Walpole Food Pantry used to be a ministry of United Church in Walpole. We're so excited that that spun off. The Recovery Center that we still house on our campus has its roots in Project Face, which was a drug addiction ministry that the church started. Again, that's not affiliated with us anymore. We're so happy that that has launched and is its own thing. So we're excited about what we might be able to incubate and grow here in our community. That's going to be a blessing for the whole community. At the same time, we're just excited also for just the churchy things that we'll get to do, and the worship services and the baptisms and the weddings and the funerals and all of these beautiful life events that we get to host here in our church. We're excited to continue to do that in this beautiful new space.
Funding for the renovations will come from individual church members and a loan from an organization called the United Church of Christ Church Building and Loan Fund.
We're blessed. We have some really generous folks in our church community. We've already actually raised over $850,000 in pledges for this renovation before even launching our capital campaign. But we are going to be having a capital campaign that will be soliciting donations from our church membership and from the wider community. So if folks are excited to see United Church in Walpole cementing its future and beautifying our position here and our campus here in downtown Walpole, we welcome folks to be part of that with us. We will also be taking out a loan from the United Church of Christ Building and Loan Fund, which is a fabulous organization that we're blessed to be able to use as a member of the United Church of Christ. That's our denomination. And they'll be giving us a very, very low interest rate loan that we hope to pay off over the years quickly and without too much fuss. But we're really blessed to be able to be in the financial position to take on an investment like that in our future, and we are. So that's a good thing, and we feel really lucky to be in that position. There's going to be big changes happening to the whole real property, and one of that is we'll be knocking down this entire wing of the building that was built in the 1950s. We'll be expanding parking this way. There'll be an entrance for our daycare on the side of the building, and then we'll be adding that addition off the back, which will be the base for our beautiful rooftop deck. And it will also house that completely new children's space that we're really excited to share with the community through a daycare. So this is where we're going to be putting a rooftop deck off of our large fellowship hall, which has a commercial kitchen and a stage, and we hope the community will really embrace this new feature in downtown Walpole. So we're going to have a whole wall here of French doors that will lead out to a very large rooftop deck that's going to look out over our beautiful gardens in the backyard. And the cool thing about this deck is it's actually going to have a garden itself. All of the surrounds of the deck will be filled with beautiful flowers and planters. We're even calling it a rooftop garden. So it's going to be a great place to meet and have events, and for our church community to gather. We're really, really excited about it. I think that United Church in Walpole is a community that has known that some of our mechanical systems have been failing for a long time, but we haven't necessarily had a vision to really take the whole building to the next level. And what made the vote so popular and so exciting amongst our whole community now is it's not just about fixing a broken heating system. It's really about the vision for the future. And so we all worked over the past 3 years to really discuss and come up with this shared vision. And so the renovation of this space is really the fruit of that work, and people are excited about what it's going to mean for the future.